Man, I am so looking forward to this interview with Dearage Masson. Young man, he will encourage you with his words. We're going to hear a little bit about his music. We're going to hear a little bit about his music. We're going to hear about a little about his life, a little bit about football. You're going to learn who this young man is. I'm very excited about this. We're going to get started here in a couple minutes, but we just want to get tuned up, give everybody a chance to come in. But look at that face, man. That's a face that you can only love, man. And then the smile comes in. There you go. That's what's up. So we're looking forward to this. We'll give people a chance to jump in. We said 12 noon, 12 high, Eastern Standard Time. And we're coming up on one more minute. And actually just hit the 12 o'clock hour. And we're going to get started here in a few minutes. Looking forward to this.
Yeah, I'm excited, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Feel the vibes. Welcome to another episode of Curtech Inc., where we're interviewing the up and comings, small business people who have careers, people who are doing things out in the community. Today, we have the one and only Ty Fly.
What's up, man? What's up, Kurt?
Yes, sir. We as family who's growing up around the family, may call him Ty, but today is Dearage Masson, his life, where he's heading, the thing he's done in the past, man. Welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time out for us today. We really appreciate it.
It's a pleasure to be here, man, for sure.
Wow, it's amazing, man. I'm just like, we talked about it. I heard you did a couple of podcasts talking about your music, and from the first one I heard, I'm like, man, I got to see if I can get this guy on. And you said yes. I was like, man, that's what's up, man. It's not just because you may know my name and just because you have such a good heart, man. I believe that's really why you said, yeah, let's do this.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, man. Let's hop into it, man.
Let's get to it.
Let's do it. I'm excited about today. Today's gonna be a good day. I'm not gonna hold you long. I'm not gonna hold you long at all, but I do want to have you on here, man. I grew up around the family.
Mm-hmm.
Our families, we were close, from the time I can, begin walking. The time I came out of Jersey, moved to Pennsylvania, I've known your family, man. So I know who you are through everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Just a blend of everybody in the family gives us you. And That's an amazing thing. It comes out, it has to be an amazing product. Putting all the people together that I know to get a product like you. It's amazing, man. So, wow. Just tell us exactly a little bit about, you growing up or who you are as a man right now.
All right. I was born and raised in Silver Spring, Maryland. I was raised by my mother. I lived in a household of 3 women, my mother, her mother, and her mother's mother. And I had my uncle in there. I had my brother in there. And after a while, I had my nephew in there too. So we had a big, full household, I just learned a lot from all the women that I grew up around, just little life stuff, shout out to them for always being there for me, being great influences in my life. Growing up was really cool where I grew up at. My family always made sure I had the opportunity, do what I wanted to do and do what I deserved to do. Growing up was real easy for me. I never had no times where I felt like I was struggling, and I know a lot of people can't say that. So I started playing football at a really young age. I think my first like official football year, I was like 5 years old, and I think that's like too young. But yeah, I started playing football around that age. I started taking football really serious. My uncle, he was really big on football. He played football when he was younger too. So you know, he helped keep my head on my shoulders and keep on the right path. And when I went to high school, um, I went to James Hubert Blake High School in Silver Spring, Maryland. I stayed there for all 4 years, and my junior year of college, or my junior year of high school, I dislocated my right elbow in my second game of the season. And I didn't think I was going to be able to play football ever again. I didn't think I was going to get no more offers, no recruits, no nothing. But thank the Lord that a couple months after, I healed up and all that, I got my first offer from the University of Monmouth, and then they just started coming in. Temple was my second to last one. And once I heard about Temple, I was just super excited to be here. And that's how I got to where I am now. I played 4 years of college ball. Um, I've been making music for about 2 years now. So yeah, this is where we're at.
This is where we're at, man.
Yeah.
Man, we got a special guest coming on with us again today.
I was just talking about my mama, and here she go.
We have a special guest, man. This is a family affair, man. This is about you today, man. Giving you your flowers today, man. Showing you all the love, man. I'm excited about mom hopping on here, man.
Yeah, if it's one thing, my mama's always gonna be there.
Yes, indeed. Always, always. So you talk about you playing football since the age of 5, man.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me a little bit of something about, you said how long you were going to be playing. And at what point did you know you was going to be playing D1 level football?
I kind of knew it like my freshman year of high school. I was a little hesitant about it just because, I was really new in the football world, and
I'm
I
going to
was
stop you.
really,
I don't want to stop. You said freshman year of high school.
yeah,
How old were you freshman year of high school?
I was 16 maybe.
All right. Think back a little further than that. I know some stories.
Yeah.
Think back a little further than that.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah,
you ever had anything on the wall?
I'll take a little further back for sure.
Anything on the wall where when you came to somebody, you're talking about, I want to play D1 level. You're gonna get picked up by a school. You're gonna get a full ride.
That was my goal since I was playing football. Like that was the end goal for me. I remember talking to one of my old football friends from my little league team, St. Peter's. He hit me up like a month or two ago and was like, I remember when you said that you were gonna go to D1 to a D1 school, get your college paid for, and graduate college, and you did it. And I don't even remember myself saying that, but like I know I did. And yeah, so I think that was probably around the time where I knew I could do it if I had the right platform and took the right steps.
Oh yeah, oh yes. So you and your family have always been determined to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
So the product of you coming out as you are now is not surprising. I'm trying to get your mom a chance to unmute, turn that video on if she wants to turn it. There she is. That's what's up.
Hey, mama.
Yeah, we gotta get you.
I think you muted.
Yeah, get you. We can't hear you there.
I don't know why you can't hear me. You must have me muted.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for hopping on. When it comes to great athletes, great people, there's always a great mother behind them.
Very, very.
And I've known your mom for a very long time, and she's always been 100 top notch. And then here you are. And I want to have her come on here so we can just brag about you today, man. we want to talk about your football. We want to talk about, you growing up being the man you are. We want to talk about your music. And so we talked about, you coming into football. Excuse me a second. So tell me about the first song you ever wrote.
The first song I ever wrote.
And we have some help on here to help jog your memory too.
No, I know the first song I ever wrote, and I don't even think it's out on any platforms. Yes, definitely not out on platforms. But the first song I ever wrote was um I called it Intro, and it was just about growing up in the area I grew up in, seeing what I seen. I didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood, but growing up in a Black community, there's always gonna be, some type of violence, and which is very unfortunate. But I did grow up in that kind of environment where I was always seeing it and never being a part of it. My mom was always like telling me, just that's not where you want to be. Stay away from that. And that was kind of what that song was about.
Okay. Okay, let's go a little deeper.
Okay.
Okay, so have you ever written your mama's song?
Yes, I have. And I believe she still has it to this day. I wrote her a song for Mother's Day in like 2016, maybe. And I still remember the lyrics. I think I still have the audio file too. Yes,
You know I have it.
yeah, I know she has it for sure. I've written a couple of songs for my mama. I've written songs for a lot of the women that have had a big role in my life. Aunt Dimples, I wrote a song for her. What was it? Her birthday 2 years ago or a year ago? It was a year ago. Yeah. I got on Zoom and I just rapped a song for her, and yeah.
Can you do me a small favor?
What's up?
Can you tell me a little bit behind when you wrote your mother that song for Mother's Day? The events that happened around that, when how you gave her the song and what happened after all that, and do you remember? Because I got somebody who does remember.
Yeah, I know we got somebody who remembers it here. It was definitely a interesting day because I didn't think I was gonna write the song. One day I just sat down and was like, my mom does so much for me, I just want to show my appreciation for her. And like we talked about before, my mom has been there for everything. I can only count on one hand probably the amount of events that she's missed in my 22 years, almost 23 years of life. So, that song was really just about that. She's always been there for me. And, I wanted to give her the opportunity to hear from my perspective that how amazing I thought she was, because, I don't think she gets to hear that enough.
Huh?
I do remember the day that I showed her the song and she bawled crying. And
What did you do?
I almost cried too, but I was just happy to show her the song, you know.
Mom, tell me how you remember it.
I remember Ty giving me his phone and telling me, go to my room and listen to it. I said, why? He said, because I don't want to see you cry. And I came out the room in tears anyway, so that didn't work.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Yeah, I'm not trying to embarrass you on it. We just want to show you some love, man. We really love you, man. We really love you. We look up to you. We're going to get behind you and all the things you're doing. So I wanted to bring your mom on so we could talk a little bit about this. And she's like a really stronghold behind you.
She sure is.
And we appreciate that. Thank you, Mom. So let's get into your music. We
Okay.
talked a little bit about Temple football.
Mhm.
Could you tell me a couple of your accomplishments? We used to watch you on TV at Temple.
Okay. So my sophomore year of college, my redshirt sophomore year is when I actually kind of started, getting some playing time and, actually learning more about college football. I was finally starting to step into my shoes. I believe that year I scored my first two college touchdowns. I had a block punt, I had a pick six, I had a recovered punt for a touchdown. I had probably 10 PBUs that year, 20 solo tackles, maybe 15. So I definitely took a step in the right place that year. And the year after that was the year I had or 2 years after that I opted out. And I came back my senior year. And my senior year, I did a lot of good stuff on special teams. I had a bunch of PBUs. I think I was really just the backbone for the team, like the Energizer bunny that always, would hype people up and just keep that energy there. So that was one of my biggest accomplishments. It may not be, like a goal that you can, chart the growth of, but it was definitely a good accomplishment for me to be that person for everybody, because that's always what I've wanted to be, that backbone, like my mother, the Energizer bunny, the person who brings that good energy.
Not to focus too much on the school, but is that a type of school that allows you to grow as a man,
Yes,
grow as a human? It has a lot of
very
diversity.
much so. Very much so. There's a lot of different things to do at Temple. It gives you a lot of different opportunities. There's so much to do in this city. Regardless of what you want to do, there's a good percentage that you're going to find a great place to do it at. So, Philly's definitely been a big influencer in who I am today and how I got to be where I am.
Beautiful, beautiful. Shout out to Temple University Owls.
Yeah, shout out to TU.
Shout out to TU Owls. There you go. All right, man. So I was hoping that your mom stayed on, because when you start talking about your accomplishments, I wanted to see that look on her face, because I know she was smiling ear to ear.
Yeah, I know that's probably why she took her camera off.
she probably wanted to cry.
Yeah.
Just know it, man. So music, a huge part of your life now. How has it influenced you to be the man you are today?
I've talked about this a lot, I think, but music has been my life. Even when football was my life, music was my life first. I've always listened to music. I haven't always made it, but I've always listened to music. Not always like your traditional hip hop rap music that you hear now. Like, I'm more of a R&B guy. I've always been more of an R&B guy. Growing up in the house with three women, Sundays were always the day for cleaning, and Sundays were always the days for music. So, you connect the two and you kind of get a good Sunday afternoon, Sunday morning. So that's kind of that was where it started at. And the more I grew up, the more I started to find the music that I liked, the music that I could relate to and, listen to and, have my own memories with. And the more and more I started to hear music and learn about how music is made, the more and more I started to realize, oh, maybe I could, do this myself. Maybe I could, put a message in lyric form behind a beat so that people might understand me more. So yeah, that's definitely where it started at. And now I feel as though music is my coping mechanism. I go through a lot of stuff mentally. I'm not going to say my life is easy. I'm not going to say it's hard, but I will say I go through some times where, if I didn't have music, I don't know where I'd be. Music has gotten me out of a lot of situations where, I could be messed up or, that kind of situation. I've always been around music, so it's always influenced me to be a better person. And, there are sometimes songs that you can listen to and you can like feel the words and what the people are saying. That's kind of like my goal as an artist now.
There you go. And I'm glad you said that. When I listen to music, I listen to the melody. It's not really the words. I like to hear, if I can hear what instruments are being played,
right,
in the song, and I get into how the music makes me feel. So who are some of your influences when it comes to music? What other artists?
Okay, a lot of my influences don't even make the same type of music I do, which is very interesting, because I don't think a lot of people can say that. But one of my biggest influences as an artist is Bruno Mars.
Wow.
Just because he makes such an impact on every single song. Like, I can say I listen to Bruno Mars every day.
Wow.
Even if it's a song from 7 years ago, I'm listening to Bruno Mars.
Shout out to Bruno Mars.
Shout out to Bruno Mars. Yeah, he's always been my favorite. Like, I can listen to a song by Bruno and instantly feel something. You know, I think that's like what he does well. He's able to write lyrics in a melody and in a way for people to not just enjoy the way it sounds, but to be able to listen and reflect on what he's actually saying. I think he has the formula of hit songs like down packed, like hands down. That's definitely one of my biggest influences. Um, Another one of my influences, that's probably, I'm kind of stuck between saying two different people right now. Um, Another person, he does make the same type of music that I do. His rap name is Black. And he's been my favorite for a really long time. He, especially since my freshman year of college, you know, where I started becoming, you know, a man and I was in my own world. My mama wasn't there to, you know, my mama always wasn't next to me, you know, be like, you know, it's gonna be okay, and, you know, give me a kiss on the cheek. So music was what did that for me. And Black, during that time, I feel like he was going through something as well. So, you know, I found it really easy to relate to him. And I learned a lot from him, actually. You know, I learned song structure and when to pause and when to keep going, when to change your voice. You know, listening to his music was more than just listening to his music for me. It was an all-around experience. I was learning, I was, you know, finding out things about myself that I didn't even know. So, you know, really big shout out to him because, you know, he helped me out of a situation that I didn't think I could get out of.
Shout out to Black.
Hmm.
So, as an artist, what's your philosophy? How?
I just I just want to be, you know, I want people to see how genuine I am. My philosophy is to be 150% yourself, regardless of what anybody thinks of you. You know, we live in a social media filled world where everybody has something to say about everybody. And, you know, we tend to think a lot more about what people think about us as people. And, you know, I'm starting to learn how to not do that, how to not let people's expectations hold me back as a person. So that's just my philosophy. Be 100% yourself and nobody else, because, you know, if you're yourself, nobody can tell you anything. You know what I'm saying? They can have their issues with you, but they can't tell you nothing wrong about yourself because you're you, and there's nothing wrong with that. So that's definitely my big philosophy for sure, to just be yourself and don't let nobody take that away from you.
Okay, for the next couple of questions, I want this to be all about you. I'm gonna cover my camera up
All
because
right.
no need for my face to be on here. I could turn the camera off, but it's going to show my little symbol up there. But so I'm gonna do this here because no need to see me. Put on speaker. All about you, man.
All right.
What's one thing, if you could tell your past self something, what would that be?
Go harder, like go way harder, dude. Like I wish I could tell my younger self to just go harder. You know, I've had a lot of times, like back to where what we talked about in the last question, where I just felt like, you know, I was having a rough time and I was caring about what other people thought about me. And I wish I could go back to myself 4 years ago and just be like, do what you want to do. Don't let nobody tell you what to do. Don't let nobody take anything away from you, because it's your life and you deserve to be happy. You know, I don't think I thought that way 4 years ago. Um, I've definitely made a lot of progress, but it's definitely something I wish I got on top of beforehand. Just because, you know, I feel like I'd be in a little bit different spot. But I'm not complaining about where I am now because I feel like the grind is just where I belong, you know, constantly working 100%, you know, regardless on what it is. You know, it could be a sport, it could be your homework, it could be music, it could be your job. Just as long as you put in everything you know you can put in, that's all that matters.
Okay,
So that's definitely something I would go back and tell myself.
I'm gonna run a couple of them because I want it to be all about you here towards the end. How do you want to be remembered? What's the next steps? And tell us how everyone can find you and your music, whatever
Okay.
platforms, and all that good stuff.
So what was the first question again?
So how do you want to be remembered?
Okay.
What are your next steps, and how can we find you?
How do I want to be remembered? Okay, I want to be remembered as one like me. You know what I'm saying? I want to be the person that people will turn on or will come on their radio and their mood just instantly changes. I want to be the person that, people can look up to and be like, I want to have that type of philosophy. I want to live like him mentally. I've taken a lot of pride in, smiling a lot more and being happy about life, just living, being able to have opportunities. And, that's just how I want to be remembered. Somebody who didn't care about what anybody else thought and just took life by the reins and had it and did it with a smile on their face. For your next question, um, which was it? I forgot. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. What's next for you? What's your next
Okay,
step?
what's next? So my next steps, since football's done for right now, I think I'm really just looking to find my bearings in the business world. I've been in the athletics world for so long. I want to learn more about the business world and what 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 it takes to be a successful businessman, entrepreneur, musician, artist, that kind of stuff. So my next steps, to keep doing stuff like this with other people, podcasting. I think this is something that I could really be good at, just doing podcasts. Um, radio shows, that's something I've been really like into and interested in lately. So, one of my big dreams is to get on a radio show one day and have my own. But really like the next step that I'm really, really focusing on is for my music to take that next step where, I'm on a bigger platform now and I have more people listening to my music. And I believe it's gonna happen because I've been seeing a lot of growth in my music community a lot lately, which is really, really good. And yeah, I just think that my next steps in life are just to, you know, find where I belong in the music industry. And I think that's going to be a little difficult just because I'm super well rounded and I want to do so many different things. Um, but yeah, my goal is to find where I belong at and make as much money as possible, affect as many people as possible, make as many people smile as possible. That's like my goal in life. And for your last question, where can you find me? You can find me on any streaming platform. All you got to do is type in Dearage Masson. You can follow me on Instagram at _Dearage Masson. And you can follow me on TikTok at Dearage Masson. My links are all on my Instagram. My links are also on my TikTok. So you can, as long as you got the links, you can, find your way to my music. For those who know my mama and know Kurt, I know for a fact they be posting stuff on Facebook. So if you follow one of them, you'll definitely have access to my music for sure.
Beautiful. YouTube. Can I mention YouTube?
Yes, you can mention YouTube. I actually am about to start my my own YouTube page. It's a little more difficult with YouTube because when you drop your music on distribution platforms, it doesn't drop it on YouTube for you. You have to, personally do it yourself. And I haven't had anybody to help focus on that with. So I'm gonna take that time these next couple of weeks to, start my YouTube channel. It will be called Dearage Masson though. I'll put that out now. It'll be spelled like it is right now on my Zoom link. So yeah, that's where you can find me. I hope everybody follows me, listens to my music. I make a lot of different music. So yeah.
I want to thank you for this time. For those of you who have connections and access to, let me get that up there. For those of you who have access to other folks who have social media platforms for broadcasting and podcasting, please reach out to Dearage. Get an interview in. Do you have a Cash App? We would like to show you some love, and we appreciate your time, because folks doing this, I know some folks who's in the movie industry, in the music industry, and they say, you don't know who that next big artist is going to be. So when we talk to people like Dearage, we need to really look at him and show him appreciation, like he is that next best artist coming out, and who's going to hit it. So we've got to show him love like that. So if you have a PayPal, Cash App, we want to post that in here also. You know, I want to show my appreciation to you also for you taking out the time, and everybody who does interviews. Let's show him some love for this, you know, and show him support. Family. I see a couple of people watching. We're gonna send this out to folks. Show him some love. Let's do this. Let's get behind him. Let's grow this. Let's grow this young man to who he wants to be. You know, it's not going to be, if it's a dime, a penny, $100, whatever it may be, it's not going to go to waste. Not on this young man, because we know him. We know his accomplishments. We know what he's capable of, and we're looking forward to your growth, man. I want to thank you so much.
Thank you, Kurt.
Man, appreciate you, man. Well, if you, like I said, if you have a Cash App or a PayPal, whatever, however you want to receive something, let folks know, email you, whatever, and that we'll get that information also, and I'll put it in the comments, so it'll be out there forever.
Sounds good.
And we'll go on from here, man. There you have it, folks. Dearage Masson. Please get on his platforms, listen to his music.
Please.
I'm following him on YouTube already. I like some of the songs, and you know, I get in my truck and I'll groove to them, and I'm like, okay, this sounds really good. You know, get you a good system, a good sound system, and turn it up.
Oh yeah.
All along, man. Yeah, man, we love you, man. We're
Thank
gonna
you.
stand behind you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mom, for hopping on here. And later on, I didn't want this to run too long, so because it's YouTube, it's lunchtime. But if you want to, I have another platform to where we could talk about other stuff, other stuff on your mind as a young man when it comes to stuff going on in the world, and people get an understanding the music, why you write the music, how you write the music, and all that good stuff.
No, we can definitely take that next step. You know, all you got to do is call me, and I'll let you know.
Yes, sir. We will do that. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We look forward to you all hopping on again. Like, comment, and share on my channel. Please share this interview that you heard today. Give me a couple of days. I'm going to pull the audio, and it's going to be on the Power Hour with CP, wherever you get all your podcasts. We'll take the audio and put it up there so you can listen to it. You can share it. You can play it over and over. It will be the audio on the Power Hour with CP. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We're looking forward to the next interview with Dearage Masson, and we're gonna see if we can get some of his music on here.
Oh, we will. Next time, tune in. We'll get some music on here for sure.